Okay.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. Here in just a minute, we're going to talk to Michael Babcock about what's going on in Hollywood news.
No.
We do not know, but he's going to fill us in on that. It is Wednesday, and, that's what we do on Wednesdays, and we always look forward to seeing him.
We're going to try to recall him. That's what you do with technology when it doesn't work. You hang up and try again.
Yes, that is true.
Per Alexander Graham Bell. Look how that all tied together.
Yeah, we knew
Look
that.
how that tied together.
Yep, it tied together. We learned so much in our last segment.
To Reba.
Reba.
Of all,
Reba.
That one's all Reba.
It is.
It's all Reba. Who knew that country music
could teach you something?
So educational.
Yeah, educational.
You know, I've been watching too.
What?
I forgot how good her show Reba was.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
How many years did she do that?
Oh, like 27. Not really, not 27.
She was out in L.A. doing that show. She really...
It happened, I don't know how, I was flipping through the other day, and one of the
it was on a replay?
Like, had a marathon.
Oh, my goodness.
And then, like, falling asleep last night, I was like, this show's real funny.
It was funny. I remember that.
It was real. And Barbara Jean, remember Barbara Jean?
Oh, yes, I love Barbara Jean.
Oh, Barbara Jean.
Oh, Barbara Jean. They were good together.
I think I see Michael now.
Oh, we see him. Hi.
Michael, we're looking
Hello.
for you.
We can't hear you. We
hear
can
Michael
see
now.
you.
I'm sorry, just under my desk here.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry about me.
Audio is back, and so is Michael Babcock.
Okay, their format changed. Can we still do the new format, even though it's weird? It looks, well, so in our format, Michael, we can see half of us and half of you.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Well, we may have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that.
No.
That's okay. It's all good.
I think it works.
Yes. So what's going on?
What will you guys like most? I think you like the story.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is a controversial, actually two controversial statues in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I don't know if you guys were fans of the show Breaking Bad, but it was set in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and a story about this science teacher who ends up selling meth, and that's the whole premise of the story. Anyway, they have in Albuquerque, because the show gave so much attention to the city. Really, they have now unveiled two bronze statues of the two actors, of Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, who are the stars of the show. Well, a lot of people are upset about this in the state, particularly some conservative, a radio host and a state representative who are basically saying, hey, these guys were drug dealers, and you're putting up statues of them glorifying selling drugs, and that sends the wrong message, whether or not they're fictional television characters or not. So now it has kicked off this big battle in the state where they're fighting over statues from the guys from Breaking Bad. So a really strange story, and we'll see what happens. Statues have been removed before. We've seen that many, many times.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So we'll see. And in fact, guys, that's one of the points that people have made. They said, we just took down a statue of the first Spanish governor in the state because he was a conquistador, and now you're putting up these two statues of these fictional television drug dealers. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if they stay up. But it's an interesting story, a unique story.
So many angles to that. What are your thoughts?
I absolutely understand where they're coming from, because you're right. It's fictional. We're taking down statues of presidents, or like you said, the governors. But a fictional character who sold drugs. I will say, though, I loved Breaking Bad, and I think it is the best series finale of all time. Like, their final episode.
I agree.
I loved the series finale.
Yeah, and you look at other shows, it's not always like that, right? I love the guy from New Jersey. I love The Sopranos, but last episode,
people hated the Seinfeld last episode. People hated
the Seinfeld.
The Sopranos. To me, it was a great How I Met Your Mother.
I remember everybody talking about that one.
Worst series finale ever.
That happens. A lot of these great shows have bad endings. Interesting. Okay, so I'll go on too. So there's something called Versus, and it became a big deal during the pandemic. It was you would take these two artists, a lot of times artists who were big in the 90s or the early 2000s, and you would pit them against each other, sort of like, like it was a boxing match, but instead of hitting each other, they would play their best songs, and then there would be a winner declared. And it was a lot of fun, and it was something for people to do at home, but also like be on social media with other people. And it really became a big deal. So there's this company called Triller, this media company, and they, in January 2021, they purchased, or they at least said they were going to purchase, Versus from Swiss Beats and Timberland, who are two of the biggest producers in the hip hop and the rap industry. So they agreed to buy this thing. Well, Swiss Beats and Timberland say, hey, they defaulted after just 2 payments, and now you owe us, Triller, $28 million plus interest. So now it has set off what could likely, will likely be this legal battle between these two really powerful producers and this big media company. So we'll see what happens, but they're claiming that they essentially got no money. And Triller's saying, no, we paid you everything we owe you in cash and stock. So, yeah, look for that one to go to court.
Okay, we'll look for that one.
Where can I even find that Versus? Like, I've not even heard of this.
I've not heard of that either.
You know where it started, Jeremy? It started on social media. It was something that people were doing on Instagram Live, and then this big company got involved and sort of upped the production value, but they just apparently didn't pay for it, at least according to the Swiss Beats and Timberland.
Do you have a thought on that, Michael? I don't really have a thought on that.
I don't, not without getting myself in trouble. I've heard some similar things about the Triller company before. Other people have had issues with getting paid and fighters, because they're also in the fight industry. So I've heard similar things. So I would, if you asked me, to pick one side here, I would probably lean towards Swiss Beats and Timberland.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
He has the inside scoop on that.
He does. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Trust me.
We do trust you, Michael.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
All right, something else.
All right, last one. This one's actually interesting. It's a little complicated, but interesting. So Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, obviously they filed for divorce. Angelina did in 2016, and one of the real big contributing factors to that was this alleged fight that happened on a private jet. So Brad, Angelina, the kids were on this jet in 2016, same year, and there was an incident on board. Different sides of, different people involved tell different sides of the story. But the allegations with claims were that Brad sort of, got into this big argument with Maddox, their son, and then sort of spilled beer on Angelina. It sounds like a very ugly scene aboard the plane. And Angelina Jolie wanted him to be charged criminally for this. Well, that didn't happen. The FBI actually investigated. They said, no, we're not going to file charges here. They never explained why. Well, there was a lawsuit that was filed, but it wasn't filed by under the name Angelina Jolie. It was filed under the name Jane Doe. Yesterday, big report comes out. Turns out, at least according to the report, that Jane Doe is actually Angelina Jolie. So Angelina Jolie seemingly filed a lawsuit against the FBI to unseal a lot of this information that has not been made public, because, and the thought is here, that she wanted to embarrass Brad Pitt. She knows, she has all the evidence. She's a party to the case. So she can get whatever she wants, but she wasn't able to release it. But she files an anonymous lawsuit, and if she wins to unseal these things, then it's a free-for-all out in the public, and who looks terrible?
Michael, I'm sorry, we're out of time. Can we continue this next week?
Yeah,
because
we want to talk about this again.
All's fair in love and war, and obviously, that's craziness. Yeah, we got
wild. Yeah, we'll talk next week.
Let's start with this next week, because there's way too many layers to unravel on this one.
Yeah,
that went bad really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. So much more fun on Ozarks Fox AM right after this.